You watching Pound for Pound TV, representing Detroit City.
The D.
Down in New York, Brooklyn. You know, Soul Town Boxing. What's up, New York? Detroit City, you know what I'm saying? Zone 8. What's up, London? How you doing? That's my baby. To my unborn twins, you know. I mean, when I first got the call and I was amazed. I said, damn, Zab about to fight Zab. Okay, good, that's perfect. Put me, you know, then I found out, you know, there's gonna be the IBF eliminator. I said, man, they trying to get me a world title. They want to put me against Zab. I said, okay, go ahead, we'll take it, you know. You know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna use every technique they can use to, you know, put everything in Zab's favor. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta understand, I come to fight every time I step in that ring. I'm an animal. You know, I refuse to lose, and you know, I'm here because I'm an animal. I don't know, 104 amateur fights, 89 wins, 15 losses. Got the Junior Olympic Nationals my last year, Silver Glove Nationals my last year. I would have waited for the Olympics, but I was tired of fighting for trophies, so I went ahead and went pro when I turned 18. I'm 26-0 with you know, 15 knockouts, looking to destroy Zab, and hopefully get the opportunity to get to fight American, Lamont Peterson, whoever wins that fight, and then you know, go ahead and put that world title championship around my waist. I mean, you know, people like to talk, and you know, so yeah, we you know, I sometimes I fire back, sometimes I don't. You know?
But do you feel like that's a way also to get the fight? Because if you notice, there's been a lot of Twitter wars going on, and at the end of the day, a lot of them fights have been made.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
people call each other out.
Exactly.
You know, before it was just talk. Now it's a form of getting a fight done.
Exactly. But see, the problem is a lot of these guys, you know, that I'm arguing with on Twitter, Facebook or whatnot, they want to fight me, but the whole thing is, you know, they're not on the level to fight me right now. I'm on a level where I'm only trying to fight people that I can gain from. You know, Kendall Hawk, there's no purpose for me to fight Kendall Hawk. You know what I'm saying? I want to fight, you know, like Zab Zulia. He has the name, he has the background. You know, it's going to be an easy fight for me, which you know, that's why I think it's going to be an easy fight for me, but look at what this fight is going to do for me. It's the IBF eliminator. It's going to put me in #1 contender spot to fight for the world title my next fight. Why not take this fight? If Kathy Medulla or Zab even had the slightest idea or hope that I was not going to show up, they was fooling me. If I had to run and jog here and sleep under a bitch, I was going to get here to fight that fight. Trust me.
All right, I know you say that the Hope fight isn't too important to you, but I don't know if you're aware, he also beat someone that you beat the other day, Tim Coleman. I don't know if you've seen the fight.
Yeah, I seen it.
What you thought about his performance?
Man, Tim Coleman didn't come to fight. Listen, I beat a Tim Coleman that was confident. I beat a Tim Coleman that was in shape. I beat a Tim Coleman that was coming to beat me. You know what I'm saying? Tim Coleman came to win that fight. He beat a Tim Coleman that already told the press that he didn't even want to box anymore. He told them, look, I'm still messed up from the last loss I took. After the fight was over, Tim Coleman was smiling in the corner. I mean, come on. For Kendall Hawk to take that fight and act as if, oh, look what I did. I mean, come on, man. That's like, you know, me beating. You know, that's just like me just being too happy about beating Zab. I know I'm going to beat Zab. You know what I'm saying? And Zab's an old, washed up, mentally beaten fighter. I'm going to, you know, go in there and I'm going to beat him because even if I wasn't in no shape, just off the pure will, just off pure wanting to go in there and win, refusing to lose, I'm going to beat Zab. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Kendall Hawk and, you know, Tim Coleman. All he had to do was go in there and fight Tim Coleman, and he was going to win.
On weekend, there's another fight going on. Eric Morales, the legend, coming back to fight young Danny Garcia, who also beat Kendall Holt. Does that interest you in the long run or anything?
I mean, definitely. You know, I'm pretty sure that he's going to beat Morales. You know, Morales is old, and when he got the world title back, when he fought on, you know, that undercard with Floyd. I mean, look what they put him in the ring with. They put him in the ring with a guy who was from overseas. Never fought United States, never fought on TV. I mean, of course he was gonna win that fight. I mean, why wouldn't they put him in there against an undefeated fighter like me? Because I would have destroyed him. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Danny Garcia, I'm definitely thinking that he's gonna win the fight. I'm hoping he's gonna win the fight. He's undefeated. So you know, after I get this world title, he have his world title, then we can you know, have a fight with each other to see who's gonna be the top world fighter. You know
Unify them belts.
Yeah, the showdown. They'll go ahead and reunite them belts. Exactly.
All right, let's take it back. What initially got you started in the sport of boxing?
My father. You know what I'm saying? Just being short, being from Florida, talking real proper and all that, coming to Detroit, got bullied a lot. So my father finally said, let's go ahead. I was fighting a lot, you know what I'm saying? My father said, okay, let's go ahead and put him in the gym, man, and teach him how to fight, teach him how to defend himself. And at first I got worse, and became even more of a fighter, you know what I'm saying? Then, as time went on, I started seeing how the boxing was really affecting my, I was getting real good at fighting. So after a while, I just stopped and, now I don't street fight no more.
Let me tell you something. I knew this kid had it in him all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to convert, being a young kid and running around beating people up in the streets, being bad at school, doing all this bad stuff. I said, look, let me take this negative energy and turn it to a positive. You know what I'm saying? I knew the potential this guy had. I know the heart I got in my chest. I know the heart he got in our chest, man. We don't fear nobody. That's why we're here in Brooklyn today. We don't fear. We're here to represent the D, baby. You understand? That's what we're here for. This guy's a world champion. You can't stop us, man. This is an easy way to go. Zab, I got like he said, I respect Zab. I respect all his consequences. You have to. If I say I didn't, something would be wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I love boxing. I know boxing. You know what I'm saying? And now we here to get his we here to get his name because if we wasn't fighting number one, we wouldn't have to fight him. He lost 7 times. You know what I'm saying? So we here to get what we need. Okay, that's that number 1 spot. Then we're gonna fight for the championship of the world, and we're gonna go from there.
Any particular game plan for Zab on this one?
You know what? We just gonna wait till the 24th, and then we're gonna see what it's gonna be. This man got an arsenal.
I adjust.
Arsenal. He don't have one. He's not a one-dimensional fighter. He 1, 2, 3, 4 dimensional. Whatever he got to do in the fight, that's what we're gonna do. Whatever it takes to do what we got to do, that's what we're gonna do. That's why we're here today, in Brooklyn, in his backyard. Okay.
What's up?
And one day I saw Vernon fighting in the tournament, and I was at the tournament with some of my other amateur fighters, and I stood back and I watched him, and I said, man, this kid can fight. And this premonition came over me, and it was almost like I had a feeling that I was going to be involved with this kid at some day. And so I go back in the locker room, and then after he gets through fighting, and I tell him, I said, man, good fight. But at that time, he was a young, arrogant kid, and he was like, yeah, thank you, man. And he just walked away. He kind of hurt my feelings, So one day, that's all right, man. One day, him and his dad come over to my gym, and we were having a sparring session, and I guess his dad could probably tell you the rest of that situation, how we ended up as a team. But what I feel about this fight coming up now is that Zab is a 14-year-old lion. Lions only live to be 15 years old. So he got a little time left, but he got I guess his 15th birthday is coming up in a couple of days because he's finna get killed in a couple of days. So the 15th, they only live to be 15 years old. So it's gonna be a good show, and the Iceman is here to put on the clinic.
Okay, now on the contrary, Zab is a name, but any concerns about if he does lose that people will say that he got his hands on the washed up version of Zab, and then he'd have to show and prove once again.
People are gonna say that.
Yeah, they're gonna say that. They're gonna say that. Mm-hmm. But after we get done with Zab or whoever they want us to fight next, we want to fight the best in the world. That's what we're here to do.
This is my thing that I want everybody to understand. I don't pick my fights. They put Zab in the ring with me. So I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do. That's beat Zab ass. That's what I'm doing.
Who are some of the boxers you used to look up to coming up?
Well, Zab is actually one of them. Floyd, of course. You got Diego Corrales. Rest in peace. We got Sugar Ray Leonard. Muhammad Ali. All the greats. I mean, there's a lot of fighters that I looked up to.